What is up, YouTube? Tube. Alright, today we are doing a math module of the SAT, or I guess PSAT, because it is coming up very soon, and I want to help people get the best scores they can on the math section because it's very light if you know what you're doing with Desmos and your basic understanding of math. Um, yeah, so let's get into the video. Wherever you're watching from, like if you're watching a year later or like a week, a month, I hope this video will help you out and you'll get the score you want. I'm also just learning SAT too, and this is what I do to study by teaching you guys how to get a better score. So let's do this. Okay, a customer service. Okay, before you could read it, but we're giving a data set obviously, and we're trying to find the mean number. So you don't even need to know the formula for the mean, and you could just do mean, right? This will essentially give you the mean of anything you put in these parentheses. So we want to find the mean of 34, all right, 34, 42, 31, 38, 45, 36, 32, 46, 35, and 41. And this is our mean, which is 38. Okay. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to x squared minus 7 squared plus... Alright, so okay, if you have a basic understanding of math, you could tell that this is a factored form. You don't need to know that though. Fortunately, you have Desmos. And you could use just x squared minus 7 squared plus x minus 4. Oh shoot. X minus 4 and then x plus 4. Boom. So this is what our equation looks like. But it wants us to find what is equivalent to that. Alright, so we could plug in these equations here to help you find that. So we could do x to the fourth power minus 6x squared plus 33. Now equivalent means the same. So does this look the same? Yeah, it's definitely not the same. So what we're going to do is that we're going to keep plugging in numbers, and it should not take a while because you're just plugging numbers. This is wrong, and then plus 33. And that is the right answer, C. All right, next one. The equation above. All right, so there's an equation between the number of laps a person swims. So x is laps. All right, I'll just use this because I don't have this like writing thing. X is laps and y is minutes, right? And then if a person spends 12 minutes doing water aerobics, how many laps must they swim to reach the 100-calorie goal? Now, we can just put it, we can put in Desmos, right? But that's where you need the basic understanding of math. So, or oh wait, actually, you don't actually need it. You could use Desmos, or you could just use the concepts you know. I'm gonna show you how to do concepts first, though. What you can do is that you could just remove the y. So since y is the minutes, how he spends in the how many times this person goes in the pool. So if a person spends 12 minutes, so y is essentially just 12. So it's 5 times 12, and you get what? You get 60. Basic math, you could do subtract 60 from here, and then subtract 60 from here, which is 40. So 2x equals 40, and then you could divide it by 2 to get x by itself, and that is how we'll find the laps, because laps is x. And a really cool thing is that we could also use Desmos. If you really want to go searching for the answer, you can, but you still need to know that 12 is y. So if you go, let's find 12, where 12 is y. Right about, wait, I just passed it. Here, boom. So x equals 20. As you can see, when the y is 12, x is 20. And that is your answer. Alright, next. In the figure above, line M is parallel to line N. Alright, and we want to find W and K intersects both. Now, the thing about lines is that the other side is going to be what makes this whole top half equal 180. Because this if you imagine there's a circle around it, right? Um, this whole thing will equal 360. So you have 112, you have 112 on this side, then you have W and then W here, and this whole thing has to equal 360. So what you can do is that, oh, and it's cut in half, so you don't essentially need to find these parts since we're 112, and then this mirrors that. So W is here, but it does not matter because it does not change the value of whatever this is because it's parallel and there's a line cutting through it. So since this is 112, you can imagine that W is actually just right here, which is 68, because 68 plus 112 is 180. So that means that the value of W is less than 112. That should be our answer. Okay. The function C models the total cost in dollars. Okay. Alright, and digital images at the total cost per session was 265. Okay. So we have 85 plus 15n. What we want to do is we want to find, or we got a slider, we want to find when this equation equals 265. So let's just do this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 10, 11, 12. All right, the answer is 12. That is how you find for this one. You kind of just plug it in. If it gives you a constant, it essentially just wants you to know how to plug in the number or how, wait, actually no. It kind of just wants you to see how this equation will equal 265. You could also do it this way. So with basic algebra, 265 equals 85 plus 15n. Subtract 85. Oh shoot, I don't know. I'm too lazy to do that. All right, 180. So we have 180 on one side, and then we have 15n on the other. And then to get n by itself, that's what it wants us to find, right? You have to divide by 15. So 180 divided by 15 is 12. And it's the same answer we got from just plugging it. Boom. Okay. A quality control study at a local light bulb factory found that for every 400 light bulbs produced, 11 are defective. If one light bulb is selected at random from the total produced, alright, this is probability. It's quite literally given the answer, 11 are defective out of 400. And it wants us to find out of a random total how many are defective, which is 11 out of 400. So it's B. Can't be this. I don't even see 389 in here. 1 out of 400, but there's 11, and then 1 out of 11. Yeah, no. Okay. A town council member surveyed us. Okay, 120 voters, 3,600, 18 voters. Okay. So it gave us 18 out of 120, right? And it wants us to find that in 3,600. So what is that? 15%? So 15% of 3,600. All right, 540. So what I did is that I wanted to find the percentage of people. So I put 18 over 120 because 120 register out of 3,600 and only 18 sample the new zoning law. So 18 out of 120 people on the new zoning law. And it wants the best estimate of the voters in 3,600, like the total, which is 540. So 15% of 3,000, blah, blah, blah. It can't, oh wait, let me explain what, it can't be this. This is way too big. Like you have 18 out of 120, I don't think it's gonna be this or this. And then 102 is like kind of just too small. So yeah, 540. Boom. B. The height. So this is giving you a ball and it's giving you some trigonometry. Is it? I think it's geometry. 2t squared plus 9. Okay. It wants us to find the value of k. K equals 2m. So maximum height reached by the ball is mp. Okay. Wait. Let me just plug it in here real fast. I think you can use Desmos for this. Yeah, right here. All right. And we could replace the t's with x instead because this whole thing, this equation, h, t, or like y, g, like all that stuff is essentially the same as f of x. Like there's no difference. So we have negative 2x squared plus 9x, and this is the peak of it. And okay, so 10.125 is the max height vertically. It can be 2.25. That's the distance it went to reach this point. So, and it wants us to find that being multiplied by 2. So let's do that. 10.125 times 2. Boom. Our answer is 20.25. So what I did is that it wants us to find the maximum height, and this is a parabola, but this is the maximum height of the parabola. Is it a vertex? I don't know. I forgot. This is you have x and your y value. Can be x. X is the distance horizontally. Y is vertically. So you have 10.125. Now, if the value m satisfy equation, and the height is m feet. So m equals 10.125, and it wants us to find k. K equals to m. M is 10.125 times 2, which is 20.25. Boom. Okay. Based on the line, based on the line of best fit shown, which of the following is closest to the predicted? So this one, you just look at it, be like, oh, okay. Oh shoot, I'm kind of blind. Okay, in what year? Wait, 30 pounds. Okay. Oh shoot, wrong thing. 30 pounds. Boom. All right, so this is definitely 54. If it was 43, it'd be down here, but it's not. It's 54. That was kind of light. Okay. Okay. Effects manufacturer. Okay, we just put it in the thing. Desmos. Um. Produce X units. So it's 23. Now, oh, this has a circle. I don't like circles. Okay. Circle A is defined by this. By shifting the center of circle A up 5 units. H, K. Yeah. So K minus 6. And then increasing the radius. What is it? This is right. So that diameter of. Alright, wait, actually, let me check this out. Oh, shoot. That's a little embarrassing. Okay, x4 squared plus y. Oh, shoot. Y minus 1 squared equals 16. Is that a circle? Oh, we have a circle. Okay. So, yes, you can plug in. You can plug it in. So we do that for the x12. Oh, I was thinking this one. X plus 4 squared plus y minus 6 squared plus, oh shoot, equals 144. Okay. This is, the diameter is 8, I believe. So, let's see. 18. 6. 24. Okay, yeah. So, yes, you can just plug in the it's called the equations in 2 Desmos, which I did. I put in the first one, and then I did the second one, and you could check the diameter of it, which is basically the y value. So you have 5 to negative 3, which means that the diameter is 8, radius is 4, right? For a circle equation that you could like plug in your mind, it should be this. Yeah, h minus k. I think, yeah. Plus y minus k. And then equals r squared. This is the formula for a circle. Yeah, for a circle. And then the radius for this is 4 because 4 squared is 16. And, oh, and it's still using the diameter. So the diameter of the first one is 8, and then the diameter for the second one, as you see, it's 18 up here to -6. So 18 plus 6 is 24, and it wants increase the radius of the diameter of circle B. So the blue circle, is 3 times the diameter of circle A. So 8 times 3 is 18, 16, 24. Boom. So it has to be A. Hold on. Okay, so basically, we're given a chart, right? And we want to see which equation best represents the relationship. V equals blah blah blah. So the fastest way you could do one of these questions is that just replace t time, right? No, yeah, time with 0. All right, t 0, 1, right? This whole thing has to equal 1, v equals 1. Let's see. At time of 0, does the value equal 1? No. You do this for this too. This one, you can do it for that. Then it's going to be 0.06, which is not the right answer. But this is your right answer. If you replace 0 for t, you have 40,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.06 close parentheses t. I mean 0. And this whole equation is this whole equation is to the power of 0, which has to mean it equals 1. So 40,000 times 1 is 40,000. Boom. We'd also double check this by putting the whole thing into Desmos and then finding it from there too, like this, right? But to the power of 0, it's 40,000, or 1, 42,400, right there, 2, and you get the same answer all the time. So that's what you could do for a hack. I replace 0 for the value that is being powered, or the power value. Okay, the temperature in degrees Celsius of a substance t minutes after a chemical reaction begins is from this function. What is the y-intercept? -18, 2. Am I done? X. All right. The y-intercept. This one. All I did is I plugged it in. I replaced t with x because, as I said earlier, it's just f of x. This whole thing is just f of x equals -18 times 2 to the power of x plus 100. So, oh wait, oh my bad. Plus, I did not see that. Plus 110. Okay, it's actually this one. I did not see that part. Yeah, all I did is that I plugged it in, and I got this as my y value. Well, y-intercept. Dude, if I didn't... Alright, my bad. My bad if I tripped you guys up. I didn't add the 110 earlier, but now I did. So it's 92. Alright, so this, you actually don't have to do anything. You just do 18x plus y. So I put the closed brackets, so it's like, I don't know what to call it. I'll like definitely tell you guys later, but so I put the two equations here, then I put the regression symbol, and then I put the bracket 21. Oh, then I put the bracket and then 21, comma 56, and then bracket. So as you can see, nothing's happening because I need to add 1 to every variable, and the answer is 63. The reason why this works is because you put one equation here, and you put the other equation there too, and then you just put what they both like equal to in their answers, and it's giving you x and y for the whole systems of equations, which is kind of cool. For a better explanation of this, you just plug it in here, and then you put the other one here too, and then you could find their y value, and then it's 63. Boom. Okay. The total cost in y in dollars for company A to produce X items is given by the equation this. Okay, and then okay, y equals, so let's plug it in first. 250. Alright, this is crazy. 250. And company B is the same. Oh, has total cost that is also linear to the function of x. The graph of company B's is parallel to this and passes through the origin. If the point 8k lies on the graph of company B's function was value of k. Okay. So we're given 250. No, that'll work. Wait, I might be in a pickle here. Hold on. Oh, actually, never mind. We're not in a pickle. Yo, I was kidding. So we have k. So we want to find the point, right? So k equals 8 times 14. No, 14 times 8. 250 plus 250. Okay. So, alright, so we have that. Hold on. And, I don't think it's 362. Doesn't make sense. Hold on. If it's parallel. Oh! Oh! Oh. Okay. That's our answer. So, what I did, basically, is that y equals 14x plus 250. So, this makes it so it doesn't pass through the origin. So it's 14x passes through the origin, but adding like 1 doesn't pass through origin, adding 2. So when something's passing the origin, it just means like it's going straight through 0, 0. Nothing else. And basically, so since we have 14 times 8, well, since we have a point, we just 4 times 8, 112. And then, yeah. So it's, okay, yeah. Where am I? Yeah. So, since it has to pass through the origin, and it's parallel to it, you have to remove the 250, and then you could plug in x to find k, which k is y. Boom. Let's go. 112. Okay. The speed s in feet per second of an object is modeled by st equals this, where t times per second, t equals 8. All right. So all right. Let me just do it like the easiest way possible. Plug in 8. Boom. 8, 16, 24, 32 plus 17. Ooh, 32 plus 17 is 49. Root it, 7. You plug it in here too. If you if you need Desmos. Desmos is Liberty Savior. 7. Boom. Let's go. Circular rug has diameter 15 feet. The area of a rug. Alright, where is the circles? Circle. Diameter. No. Diameter. The area of the rug is k. So area is pi r squared. K 7.5. How I know this? The diameter is radius. Oh shoot. Yeah. Diameter is radius times 2. So the only way to go back to radius if you have the diameter is dividing it by 2. Also because the area of a rug is k pi, and k means that it was squared already because there's no squared symbol like here with the radius. So it has to be 7.5. If we want to go back to like the original like and find the radius, then you'd have to square root 7.5. But the value of k is 7.5 because it's just half of 15. And then, wait. Did I do that? I really don't think it's 7.5. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have to square it. My bad. So, yeah, square it. Boom. That's your answer. Okay. How I got this. So, yeah, at first I was wrong. because diameter we're given is 15, radius is 7.5. We want to find k, so we have to square it to go to k because the square thing is on here. So it'd be 7.5 squared, which is 56.25. Boom. Alright. A landscaping company purchased 460 type mulch. The weight of type A mulch is, okay, let's saying okay, so it's saying just is 40 times more than, so x equals 40 plus 3y. Yeah, I got this. So type A mulch is x. We want to find type A mulch and the weight, and it's giving us the weight. So a mulch is 40 pounds, so 40 pounds more, so adding, then 3 times the weight of type B mulch. Type B mulch is what? Y. So x equals 40 plus 3y. It's also testing you on your basic of understanding of what words match up with whatever. Like what is equal. Yeah. So 3 is more 3 times the weight of type B mulch. Type B mulch is y plus 40, basically. So this. And what is the value of x? Okay. Oh wait. Oh, a total of 460. So x plus y has to equal 460. Okay, so we could find y actually right now. So if x equals 3y, I mean, if x equals 40 plus 3y, we could essentially just plug it in. So we have this equals 460. All right, this is 4y minus 40 to get a lone divided by 4. All right, you have 105. So we're given y, but see it's right here, but it's tricking you. It wants you to find what x is. So if y is 105, right, we can either just try to find what adds to 460, or we can do algebra. So subtract 105 to 460, which I don't want to do, is 355. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then just subtracting 105 to here equals 355. So x equals 355, which is D. Boom. All right. 3 more questions left. We're almost done, guys. Cos squared 37 degrees plus cos 2 squared 53. It can't be A. All right, with math, this would multiply that, and then this multiply that, and I don't think it'd come out like this. I think it's this one. Yeah. Well, that's what I think. Because this is it's sine, it's not cosine, so it can't be that. This 2 times that, that'd be just 2 cos 37. Wait, no, and then yeah, and then times, and then this is sine, and then boom, this one is, yeah, that's definitely wrong. So whatever just like looks right to you should also be the answer. I mean, it should look right. It literally can't be D. Can't be B, because B is just multiplying. It can't be A. So, also because squared means that it's being multiplied to itself. And this is being multiplied to that. That's being multiplied to that, which means it has to be squared. If it was just 2, this would just be 2 cos 37. This would just be 2 cos that. And then probably one of these questions, but like not the full thing. Yeah, so C. Oh, I need my charger. My phone's back. Don't want my phone dying. Okay. The value of a rare coin. Wow. V equals 40 times R squared. Okay. A valid coin after 2 years after it was purchased was blah, blah, blah. Alright. So we're given an equation. Oh, shoot. Ow. My phone fell. Okay. If we're given the equation f of x equals 40 for RT, we are not doing this. Okay. R is a positive constant, T is a number of years. So we can just put like x. So after 2 years, boom. The value of the coin was 250. This has to equal 250. Yeah. So this has to equal 250. And then something squared times 40. Let's see. So let's find r. We can just find r by, we could honestly just find r by plugging in random numbers. Since we have x already, we could do x, we just do this, and then just like 4. Oh, shoot, 3, right? Yeah. Or 2, 2.5, 2.5. And then after 3 years, square that, cube it, 625. All I did really is put in the equation. R is a constant, so R will always stay the same. And then T is the number of years, so we're given this equation. And this is equation for 2 years. And to find X, all I did actually is just plug in a number that makes it so it equals 250 to 250. And then after you find what R is, since R is 2.5 and it cannot change since it's a positive constant, I cubed it because it's asking after 3 years, what was the value of the coin? So 625. Okay. A landscape architect is designing a garden plan. Okay. One edge perpendicular. So we're given 2x minus 5y equals 20. We might actually have to use math for this. I'm not sure how to use Desmos for this. But we could just solve it. So we want to get y by itself. So we could get to this equation, y equals mx plus b. So we would add 5 on the other side and subtract 20, because 20 is going to be b in this scenario. So we want to get, so this would be our thing now, 5y equals 20, no, equals 2x minus 20. See how all I did is that I changed this form to be exactly like this form. So I probably didn't actually have to do any of that, which makes me feel kind of stupid. Because it wants to find the slope and it's perpendicular. Slope perpendicular just negative 1 over 2. And how I did this is that y equals mx plus b. M is always going to be the slope. And it gave me the slope already. Oh, I was wrong. It is not negative 1 over 2. Because I forgot to divide by 5. So the reason why you divide by 5 is because you want to get y by itself, so it's exactly like this equation. If you have a 2 in the front, it's not going to be the same. So you divide the whole thing by 5, so you have this divided by 5, and this divided by 5. We can ignore the last thing, but this is your equation. But it is not how it wants you to put the answer as. It wants you to find it perpendicular. Perpendicular means that you just flip it over the reciprocal. So it's negative 5 over 2. Since all I did is that perpendicular means that, oh my god, perpendicular means you flip it over the reciprocal, and it's like the complete opposite. So if it was like 2, the answer would be negative 1 over 2. So, but in this scenario, it's negative 5 over 2, which is your answer. Function f and g are defined by whatever this is, the intersect 2 points. Okay, easiest thing, just plug it in. You don't have to do anything. Unless you actually want to do the math, but I'm showing you how to do this, so you don't have to do that. And you can just learn from here. And it wants you to find the x coordinate of the intersection point that has a smaller x value. We have this 9, 8, negative 2, 3. Smaller x value is negative 2. Boom. And that is your answer. All I did, I didn't even need to read this. I found my 2 points already. And you just want to find the smaller value. Now, you can find this without Desmos, but Desmos makes it way easier. And then let's submit and see our score.